Chapter 6: The Seasonal System Update. The late afternoon sun was casting this beautiful, warm, golden hour light right across the boards of an old wooden porch. And right in the middle of it all stood Artie. He was glowing with a shifting amber and blue light, projecting a high-speed, spinning holographic globe straight onto the worn floorboards.
Standing there over his glowing projection, Artie delivered a crisp, confident prediction. 62.4% chance of precipitation, scheduled to begin at exactly 3:40 p.m. His confidence interval was near perfect. To Artie, the world was clean, calculable, and perfectly defined by decimal points.
In his reality, 3 totally distinct global weather models were crunching petabytes of satellite data, and they all said the same thing: clear skies until that exact 3:40 window. But sitting quietly just a few feet away in his rocking chair was Earl. Weathered flannel shirt, slowly rubbing his left knee and looking out at the horizon. Earl completely dismissed the glowing hologram. The wind had been coming from the west since Tuesday, and that was all he needed to know.
When Artie pushed back, politely citing his massive data sets and global models, Earl didn't even blink. He just pointed a weathered finger straight at the horizon. I'm referencing my knees.
Artie's blue processing light instantly started spinning rapidly. He was genuinely trying to compute the technical mechanics of joint-based forecasting. He actually asked if Earl's knee was calibrated to a specific pressure system. Earl just answered in this slow, matter-of-fact drawl, laying out his exact margin of error. Pretty good, unless I fall off a ladder. Then all bets are off. Artie tilted his head, completely baffled, and projected a soft blue light over Earl's knees, scanning it in utter puzzlement.
Fast forward to the next afternoon. The sky above town had turned this ominous, deep, bruised purple. It had that heavy, thick, totally still feeling that only ever arrives right before the bottom completely drops out. Yet even with that glaringly bruised sky overhead, Artie stubbornly projected a cheerful, partly cloudy icon. He pointed a metallic arm upward, identifying stratocumulus formations, clinging rigidly to the technical classification that this was merely a low-probability storm. Just then, Dorothy walked briskly past the porch, already clutching an umbrella. "Those are storm clouds, Sparky," she said. "Look at the cows." She didn't cite a competing weather model or satellite data. She just pointed his highly advanced optical sensors toward the pasture across the road.
Artie smoothly panned his camera over to the field, meticulously observing what he immediately logged as a bovine behavior matrix. The cows were huddled together in a tight circle, and every single one of them was facing directly north.
Frantically searching his database for a logical reason why a herd of bovines would suddenly align themselves like a giant furry compass needle, Artie asked aloud, "Is there a magnetic interference?"
Caleb stepped out the front door, onto the porch, and warmly translated the local folklore. "No, Artie, they're just getting ready for a soaking."
Seconds later, a heavy downpour began. Rain splashed violently against the dry earth just under the porch eaves. The bruised sky delivered exactly what Earl and the cows had promised, completely ignoring the satellite data.
Quietly, Artie opened a new forecast log. He definitely didn't discard his satellite data, but he started documenting the reality unfolding right in front of him. The satellite predicting rain at 3:40 p.m. was now logged perfectly side by side with Earl's aching left knee predicting an approaching storm.
Artie cross-referenced his audio logs, noting the exact time Earl's knee had begun hurting that morning, 9:15 a.m. He matched that biological data point against the satellite's projection. The drop in barometric pressure that triggered Earl's arthritis at 9:15 was the invisible leading edge of the storm system.
"The data sets have achieved alignment," Artie stated softly. His processing light, which had been spinning so frantically just a few moments before, finally slowed, softening into a warm, satisfied amber glow. Over in his rocking chair, Earl just nodded quietly. Standing there on the porch, watching the rain fall steadily into the fading evening light, Artie made one final note in his log. "Advanced meteorology requires satellites, but in a small town, it helps to know who has arthritis.